Okay, next, settings reading. Not a huge amount of options here, and a lot of these quite self-explanatory. Reading settings. Actually, this is very important. Front page displays. By default, it's your latest blog posts. And if you're using your website 100% as a blog, then that may be fine. But often people use WordPress for websites with static pages, for example, an About Us page, a Get in Touch page, a services page, whatever it may be, and a blog is just part of a larger website. So often you want a static page as your front page. So, okay, I need to add some extra pages here quickly. Again, I'm going to go into more detail in pages and posts in a later video, but let's just very quickly, pages, add new. Going to create a blank page called home and publish that. And a second blank page called, blog, and publish that. And how I generally set up my site is front page is home, posts page is blog. So when they go to the front page, they see a static page that I can update and control. And the blog page is has its own page, has its own section of the site. Often that's your web address /blog, or whatever you choose. Okay, so the front page of your blog, actually blog pages, that can also include category pages, tag pages, more on this later. So let's say the front page of your blog, how many posts do you want to display? You may want to look at other blogs, see what they're doing. And also it's important to take into consideration, does the front page of your blog include your entire post? Actually, let me bring up an example because that will make things clearer. Okay, I've gone to a popular marketing blog called, at Kissmetrics. And actually this is just one example of, another example of a popular blog choosing to put their blog, a popular site choosing to put their blog at blog.website.com rather than /blog. But other popular blogs have done /blog. So, it's there's pros and cons either way. Okay, let's get rid of this pop-up. So here's the front page of their blog. So let's take a look how many posts they list. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. I'm sure they've got a reason for listing 9. Just seems a slightly random number because 10 is just 1 away. So they've chosen to list 9 posts per page. And importantly, as you can see, this isn't the entire post. Some blogs do list the entire post on the front page of the blog, so the front page can end up being absolutely massive. Because let's say an in-depth blog post is 3,000 words, and you have 10 posts, that's 30,000 words on the front page of the blog. Which is good in a way for readability, because it means people don't need to click through to sub-pages. But obviously, it can be a little bit overwhelming visiting your site and being presented with 30,000 words, plus, potentially dozens of images. So what they've done, there's just a snippet here, and you have to click through to actually see the entire post. And again, more details on how to do all this in a later video. Okay, so let's go back to the admin panel. So that's how you can choose how many posts you want to display per page. Syndication feeds, that's generally fine. Basically, other websites that you've given permission to syndicate your content. For example, alltop.com, blogs they approve, the blog parts of the blog posts appear here. So that's syndicated content. But by default, 10 is fine. And actually, if you have a blog that's regularly updated, you may want to consider trying to get listed here. Just because, you know, it's more visibility and more traffic. And they don't approve every site, so, you know, your site would have to be, high quality and regularly updated. Okay. So in the feed, do you want to just show a summary or full text? I generally leave it as full text. If you want to be more guarded about syndicating your content, you can set it as summary. That's basically it. If you want to be more protective about your content, choose summary, or leave it as full text if you're happy to share your content in that way. Okay, this is important. It's only one box, but it's very important. Search engine visibility. Do you want your site to appear in the search engines? Generally, yes. And even if you check the box, it's not guaranteed that it will keep your site out of the search engines or out of every search engine. Because Google should honor that, but other search engines may not. But generally, you want your site in the search engines, and if you don't, there's much more effective ways to stop your site being indexed by the search engines than this. Okay, so this short page has very important settings. It specifies your homepage, the page of your blog, if you have a blog. If you don't, just leave it as select. And then, okay, how many posts to show per page, syndication feeds, whether to show all the article in a feed or not, and importantly, whether you want your site to appear in the search engines or not.